All right, so I have the live recording session started, and we are going to be looking at the higher time frame. To me, I think I'm still bullish from the higher time frame perspective, and then from yesterday actually, we have buy side up there. We have another form of an imbalance form down here, which the market can retrace up into, and again, it really is 9:30, so I'm not really trying to trade during 9:30. So I'm trying to formulate a bias, honestly. The market pushed up, came back down. It is looking like it is having some form of weakness to continue up higher, especially for 9:30 here. 30-minute time frame, we don't really have much here. Honestly, we have a strong down close candle for 8:30, the news, and then that was the news that also reached into the 4-hour PD array. We also have a sell side imbalance here form on the 15-minute time frame. I'm gonna do that, and yeah, it looks like we're gonna be a little bit more bearish going into today, which is fine. Again, you don't really have to force a setup. My honest opinion, I think forcing setups is not the way to go in trading. If you don't see anything you like, don't take it. If the market isn't giving you any favorable PA, don't take it, bro. And then just be patient. I already took 2 setups this week, 8+ setups, that I am content with. Like, I'm not in a rush to take more setups. So 9:30 we're opening up, pushing down lower, which is completely fine off of the 15-minute PDA. We broke the lows, continued to the downside here, reaching for this right here, the short-term objective, which is the sell side objective, which is fine. And then probably if we want to see some form of expansion off of that, some form of retracement, we could probably see that. So now I'm gonna go look at my higher time frame chart. So we do have some divergence at the highs, but again, we're at all-time highs. We're inside of a higher time frame for value gap. It doesn't seem likely that we're probably going to continue lower, even though we can. I think we're more inside of a range right now, especially with yesterday's PA. We're more inside of a range. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think she wants to go outside, but she does want to go outside. She's just staring at me. Waka! She wants to go outside, but I can't, bro. Like, we're working basically. So MNQ has not met that low while ES has. So we have a form of cracking correlation here, and yeah, we're gonna see if do we continue back up after this, or do we respect this S&T, or what happens. Same thing with YM. YM is kind of slowly pushing up higher. Look to the 1 hour. 1 hour we don't really have much. 15-minute time frame. We don't really have much either. We don't really have much here, honestly, on any of these time frames. We just gotta be patient. We gotta be waiting. I think the most I'm gonna do is probably stay here till like 10:30 market time, and that's it. If not, maybe less, maybe till like 10:15. See if anything forms, and then if not, then just go on about my day. That's really it. So again, we do have SMT at these lows, and then let's go over here on this higher time frame range. Draw the volume profile for those, and for YM. My ATS subscription canceled this morning, which is very unfortunate. All right, so this is the 5-minute. So for ES, we are disrespecting value area low, and we are pushing down lower below it. For YM, we're like in between this low volume node right here, and we're not really moving from it. And then in Q, we have still yet to reach any of these areas, so I expected kind of to push down lower and reach value area low. I mean, we also have a high volume node right here that we're in right now, actually. So yeah.
The problem is right now that I won't. Right as of right now, I can't send the Giddings or the silly to Giddings and silly to Newport.
Let's see if we can get that honestly. So that since he's broke. So yeah, now we're pushing down lower. Now we're having a continuation for the market to continue down lower. We're gonna see if we see strong rejection off of this, and then a 1 minute change in the state of delivery with this inversion up here formed. I don't want to see. I don't want to use this one. I'd rather use the other one. And I'll do reality, because again, this could not hold. This one could get inverse. Then we come to this one and we just disrespect everything. But again, it's very prominent after we sweep liquidity to then reverse. But we have to just wait and see. If it is a sweep, and if it isn't, then we're probably cooked. So that's the hard part. Understanding if it isn't, it isn't. And that's where people get it all messed up. And that's why context, like I was talking about the previous videos, context is so important. We had a recent comment where it was like, what do you mean by context? And what I mean by context is like, bro, you got to find the bias, and like everything for context is different. Like I can't explain it. Like context is different for every situation. Like when someone says a joke and and those people are laughing, like they have context behind that joke. And if you're not a part of that group or that friend group, or you don't know that person, you're not gonna have the context behind it. So same thing with the market. Like you want to have context behind why the market is doing what it's doing from your perspective and your bias and your your confluences that you're using. Like your PDRAs, your order flow concepts, whatever. Like you want to have context, and the only way to build context is with discretion. And you build discretion through like back testing, through showing up live trading, through failures, through certain things like that. And that's how you get to that point. The market here is dumping, so we are seeing a continuation lower. We're probably going to try to reach for this. It does look a little bit more bearish, in my honest opinion. I do see bears continuing to the downside here. We are breaking below that high volume node. I want to see a retracement to then eventually form a 1 minute inversion. YM is still unable to break below the lows. It is having some form of retracement. ES is about to meet that low, so it's gonna be very patient here. Seeing if anything else happens, honestly. We have the high volume node right there, honestly. Getting disrespected. And then, let's see for ES. Do we have anything there? We have the value area low. Yeah, nothing really. Alright. MNQ is showing some form of rejection here. Gotta be waiting patiently, seeing if that is the rejection we want to see. But in all due reality, I would rather see ES sweep the low and then push up.
Yeah, but that's gross though.
Because it's now hitting value area low around here. From the range we're in, from the higher time frame range, from this low to this high up here. Hitting the value area low. We're inside of the high volume node. Same thing with YM. We're in that low volume node for YM, and it's just really not moving at all. Now it's moving through it. We're having that 1 hour candle range low sweep, which is nice to see. What if 4 hour? 4 hour really doesn't have it. Has just that PDRA. So that's why I kind of want to wait for 10 a.m. See what happens. This would be your first presented fair value up here. To me, on the 5 minute. Changing the state, seeing that sweep.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, who knows how much they make it? It's like
1 minute inversion maybe. Are people going to take this?
yeah. Can you hear me?
Is this going to hold? That's my question.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Are we going to form another inversion then continue lower? That's why I'm waiting for that 5 minute. I'm not going to enter off. This is going to just discipline. And ES did sweep that low. So this could be a good trade for higher prices. ES is not moving up higher though, while MQ is. So that's why I'm waiting for that 5 minute confluence. To form. So then eventually look for an entry, honestly. We are showing signs of rejection. So then eventually, like, is this inversion gonna hold? You know, are these PDRAs gonna hold? That's my question. Now is this one gonna get disrespected? Now we're gonna continue to the downside. This is a question you want to ask, and this is where shorts look promising. Because again, we reached up into this. Do we disrespect this? Do we continue lower, break below this low, aim for this sell side, and continue to the downside, or are we gonna push up higher and make this inverse and continue up? So you have to be patient here. You have to be waiting. And either setup looks fine for me, honestly, because we had that 15 minute, that 5 minute, and now we're forming that 1 minute, and we're gonna break below those lows and continue to the downside, and then go break even at that low. And then break past value area low, be bearish, continue to the downside, you know, stuff like that, you know. Or is this all gonna be a sweep to then continue to the downside? And it's simple stuff like that, you know, where you just gotta be patient. You gotta be waiting. Sit on your feet. Sit on your toes. I mean, sit on your hands and just wait, bro. That's what trading 99% of the time is. And then boom, maybe we get a setup here. Maybe we get a setup, maybe we don't. Let's see. We got 1 minute for this 5 minute candle. This next candle. To me, it does seem a little bit more bearish. But again, we're in those higher time frame PDRAs. But maybe we can target that, you know, sell side objective that we have targeted. And then market probably could reverse. But we have to just wait and see, honestly. I'm not in a rush here. Again, I'm waiting for the highest quality setup, and I'm not going to force myself to take a setup that isn't high quality, you know? Trying to align myself with, like, the correct bias, the correct narrative, and we're probably going to get a downside movement here. How much would that be if they take a short? If we close below, it's going to be around, like, 40 points. Probably a little bit more. Alright. We're in short. I'm going break even at those lows. and we're just gonna target, you know, all right, break even at the lows, even though it didn't reach rejection block, met. Very strong likelihood there of meeting it. Now we're just gonna slowly start to trail here, because again, it can show some form of rejection. Now we're just gonna leave it there, and just hopefully have our target met, honestly. Should continue, honestly, on this new 1 minute. Should see strong expansion here from the downside. There we go. There we go. Right there. Oh my gosh, right there. Let's put it up here. I don't like that 50 minute. I think we meet it though. I think we just gotta give it a little bit more time. I don't like that actually. ES is no, but I think we should get a final push here. One more final push. Yep. All right, right there. There we go, baby. And that is one account passed. Honestly, now we just need to make a little extra 200 on this account, and we're good. So that is basically really it. The trade recap. Again, guys, I'm showing you what it is, you know, to like really work on yourself. And I've been telling you guys, continue life maxing. I think life maxing is very important. You know, y'all don't see the day to day, but my habits have shifted and my mindset has shifted, and you can clearly see it in my trading. It is reflecting. I'm showing you guys the process of what it is on how I find my trades and my narrative and my context. Of course, I don't show you guys the other two screens, because I can't show you everything. You know, like I'm only really limited to like one screen to show you guys on capturing it. But you know, one day I want to do more of in-depth analysis and show you guys. But you know, again, I feel like I'm still not there. I feel like I don't have enough credibility. I don't have, you know, enough accolades to my name to show you guys, you know. So that's why, you know, like it's really just the fear in my mind of like, oh, they're gonna try to downplay me, you know, like I'm not there yet. Because again, I'm really not, and you know, I still got so much more work to do and have much more consistency to prove, you know. And that's really it, honestly. Here's the trade I took, making, you know, 1.485, which is close to 3%. I honestly could have moved it, but I didn't want to, because I already knew this one was going to be a little bit above the balance. So really just taking a 1-to-1 with a 1% risk now, honestly, and activating this one. So that's really it, honestly. I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.